Hey guys, it's Dangfly. I wanted to do a video update on the Bitcoin correction market video I did yesterday. There's been more details coming out, and I want to share with everybody. Before we get into the video, I did want to say it'd mean a lot if you guys subscribe to my channel. All right, let's get into the video. All right, so we're in Bittrex here, and as you can see, Bitcoin in the last 24 hours is down 70.5%, 7.5%. And if we take a look, there was a sharp drop from 61,000 to 52,000, and that was just in a span of, within the first, let's see, the first 30 minutes here, 8 o'clock, we saw a nice drop. I wouldn't call it nice, I guess, but a really big drop from 60 to 5,000, and another one from 56 to 52,000. But a nice bounce, so that would have been a great for the traders out there. If you guys caught the timing, that'd been great. Even on this, I would say higher low. I'm sorry, that would have been a good entry there too. So, what does it look like for Bitcoin in the next? We had some support here, and I think we'll probably see some sideways action consolidation. But really, on this video, I wanted to focus on what happened, talk more about that, because the overall market, we saw a major sell-off, and my original thoughts were, and a lot of people have been describing it as a flash crash, and to a certain extent, it kind of was. But with Bitcoin, we do see this behavior kind of often. Um, there was, I think, a lot of rumors going around about the U.S. Treasury looking into financial institutions for money laundering. So that was, I don't know who FX Hedge is, but um, just a lot of this is one of the tweets that's went out that's been referenced in a lot of articles. You could definitely find that through Google. Um, a lot of other interesting tweets too by FX Hedge. Let's see. It looks like they provide pretty up to date tweets here on what's happening. But 23 minutes ago, they also mentioned Saturday night was that sell off was caused by a Chinese crypto whale selling off 9,000 bitcoins. That's quite a bit. And we go back to the chart and look at the volume here. We could kind of see. Let's take a look at the volume. All right. So I was trying to figure out the volume and correlate it to the 9,000 bitcoins. It's probably hard to figure that out on this scale here. I can't really tell. The dark pools, for those familiar with it, trading the stock market, there's a lot of institutional activity that we don't see. And, crypto, although we're trying to bring more transparency with it, I think there's going to be those actors in this type of system anyways. I think the difference being, um, the printing that we're doing, right, at a global scale, every country inflating currency. We're gonna solve that problem with crypto, right? And all the middlemen being involved, financial institutions, we're gonna solve that too. But we're not going to be able to get there yet because we're kind of in the middle, and we're going to see a lot of these. I think we're still going to see a lot of these crazy sell-offs, right? Flash crashes that we're calling them. Still for the next until crypto becomes a lot more mature. I think fear, uncertainty, doubt being introduced to potentially drive the price down even further. Um, you know, we already had a that flash crash happen, so now all this other information coming out is after the fact, potentially trying to drive it down further. But yeah, really, those were the few rumors, right? The U.S. Treasury going to crack down on money laundering. That's no comment by the U.S. Treasury Department yet, and then the power outage, and then Binance whale selling. Let's see. Let's take a look at the other leading coins here. So if we look at Ethereum, not too bad. I think it recovered some. I think it initially dropped. It had a high last week of 2,500, and then that bounce. It had a pullback and a bounce at 2,500. I think 2,500 is kind of a psychological marker there. And we had a hard sell off to slightly below 2,000. I think 2,000 is probably a really good support. So if you got in there to add on the dip, good for you. And we're probably going to see more consolidation. I think Bitcoin Cash. I did look at that yesterday, and that was down quite a bit. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it was down from 1,200. Yeah, so it's made a nice little bounce. I think for the traders, that's what traders want to see, and even for holders, the hodlers, yeah, buying on the dip. So nice to see is Dogecoin having a nice recovery there. Strong pullback before the crash there. Okay, well, I stand corrected. That drop it did correlate with the overall market, um, and it bounced nicely. So I think Dogecoin just making its way slowly, moving back up. It might have another triangle setup similar to the first breakouts, right? And we'll just have to see. So let's take a look at another one I talked in my last video about, and I probably do want to make another video. I know there's been several videos out there already about it, but they don't cover too in detail. So ampcoin did pull back. It consolidated nicely at 5, broke out to 6, back down at 5 during the crash, and then now back up to 6, and it has a nice little pullback here. I expect what's going to happen is some consolidation at these higher level of 6, and as more, I think it's probably one of the most the coin with the most potential. The Flexa payment network, more partnerships, more announcements, and more people getting wind of it. It definitely can. It's only at 6 cents right now. It can definitely make its way higher. One thing to note is, similar to a stock float, right? The amount of shares, the supply, the lower amount of shares, the higher and more volatile, and the faster the price action, right? So here we see circulating supply is only 10 billion, right? And then the total supply is 90 billion. So um, that having a low circulating supply makes it a good chance if there's a lot of buying to drive the price up. So that's definitely a positive thing, and probably I think a lot of the coins that aren't circulating must be owned by the organization Flexa and I think Consensus. Um, so that's probably not. Probably need to look into that a little bit more. That's not always the best sign, but it is a positive sign that this Flexa has many partnerships. I think they've had a couple partnerships with Starbucks and Whole Foods since 2019, and it's been 2 years already. So I think there's been more adoption. So if we compare the circulating supply against Doge, and Doge still made a monster move. From uh, 7 cents, to 14 cents, and all the way to 39 cents. Right, that's a monster of a move with almost you know over like 10 times the amount of the circulating supply. Right, so all it takes really is a strong catalyst to push things up. And in this market, we've been seeing a lot of influence by certain individuals, companies, and the masses following right after. All right, so guys, that's kind of what I think is going to happen this week. Pretty much consolidation. I think more catalysts will drive up the crypto market overall. I don't think much more selling is going to happen unless we get some confirmation on the U.S. Treasury. Any type of crackdown on Bitcoin, any of those leaders in crypto, it's definitely you're gonna see a sell off. But still bullish fair and long term. I think it's still gonna be a great year for the crypto market. I think the AMP is a great project. I see a lot of potential there. Um, Let me know, guys, below what projects you think I should be looking out for. We all should be looking out for. Also, let me know what kind of videos you guys want me to do. I'm just gonna keep pushing out a more crypto videos on new projects that I learned about. Any breaking news, good setups, just technical setups, all those things. All right, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. That means a lot to me. So look forward to the next video. Thanks for watching.